start your day. Fabulously flawed, we're lighting the way. Monday to Friday, new episodes with laughter and love. Let's start the show. We're shaking things up. Don't let anyone dull your sparkle. Motivation, inspiration, and fun. Fabulously flawed, everyone. So shine a little brighter. Grab your smile and sing along. The show's about to start with Marni, your host. You can't go wrong.
Hey, fabulously flawed friends. Welcome to Fabulously Flawed. I am your host, Marni, and it's Monday, where I love to motivate, Marnivate. I turned myself into a verb, and to remind you guys it's okay not to be okay. Did everyone have a great weekend? I hope you found a few minutes of self-care, self-love, do something for yourself, and remember it is not selfish, it is crucial for your sanity. And today's episode I wanted to call Me, Myself, and I, because that's the only thing that you need to focus on. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, me, myself, and I. That is it. Because if you are not happy and if you are not filled in your cup, you cannot be the wife, the mother, the coworker, the friend that you want to be. So I just thought I'd give my random tips, which I know I usually do Tuesdays tips, but some ways we can love ourselves. And when I break it down, it makes so much sense, because I know a lot of women struggle because I think they feel they don't deserve joy. And it's not that. It's just joy makes you visible. And being visible makes you or leaves you vulnerable. So my joy is creating content and talking about mental health in my podcasts. This brings me joy. It also puts me out in a place where people may talk about me, okay, but I have learned, and that got me to a healthy place, that what people say about me is none of my business. And judgy people are just miserable people. They're judgy. Go fix yourself. Go heal. Go touch grass. Go do something. But that is why a lot of women are holding them, well, men and women, but I'm really just thinking of women here. And as I got older and healed more, I realized, wait, my courage is my vulnerability. And I understand now that being out in the open, exposed completely without knowing what kind of criticism, what kind of good feedback, anything, it is so courageous. And putting yourself out there, we get opinions, you get criticized. I know so many people have said, well, who does she think she is? Which that's why we laugh less. We become quieter. We shrink ourselves because we want to fit in. That's not joy. That's not being true to yourself. That is just, actually, it's self-betrayal. You're more worried about what other people are going to think than finding your happiness. If you love to bowl and you love bowling and you go bowling every Friday night, that's your thing, don't be afraid to say that, because how else will you find your people? And I know for me, when I started to heal and I would see women talking about mental health and their journey and taking their tragic and turning it into magic. That was my saying, but somebody said they took their broken and turned it into beautiful, and it was so inspiring. And that's when I saw somebody taking up space and not apologizing for the life that this woman had said she was going through, and totally owning it and being authentic. And then I was like, wait, I can do this. And it's taken years. I mean, I can't believe I lived in a way that other people's approval were contingent of my self-esteem. If I was invited somewhere, if I was not invited somewhere, it's just remarkable, the people pleasing that I did. I am a retired people pleaser. Like, that is not even in my realm anymore. But you develop. I mean, I was born into trauma, abandoned by everybody I know. So my I have thick skin, and I also have a severe fear of criticism with my rejection sensitivity, dysmorphia. So it was very hard for me, but I did baby steps to put myself out there. I remember in 2019, I was like, hey, everybody, I have anxiety, I have depression, I have this. And I just started becoming unapologetically me. And when I learned what people say about us is none of our business, somebody had read my book. I wrote a book after that, after I started talking about everything. And this one girl goes, you didn't spell my dad's name right. She didn't say it to me. She said to my husband. And this is the one who always makes fun of me, the one who said, Marni, what's the color of the sky you live in? And threw parties and invited everybody but my husband and I. And this is like his family. It's not even mine. So, that's when it was like, okay, you judgy bitch. And it was like, I don't care what people say about me anymore because they're miserable. And I used this analogy once, and I know it's kind of a very weird analogy, but let's say you want to go to sleep. You turn your lights off, right? And somebody comes in and they turn the lights on. You're going to be like, turn the friggin' lights off because you want to go to sleep. You want it dark. Well, there are people who live in the dark all the time. And when they see you shining brightly, when they see you happy, when they see you being unapologetically you, they're saying, turn off that fucking light and I will do anything I can to turn off your light. If I have to be rude to you, if I have to make a snide comment to you, if I have to uninvite you, if I have to be a friggin' bitch to you, I'm not going to let you have any light because we want darkness. And you will never dull your sparkle or your shine just because somebody has their inability to see it and they are miserable in their own world. And the people that can trigger you, and I learned this after many, many years, are also the people that can trigger me with my emotions, have power over me. So if I can be triggered by what they say, like somebody could right now say, Marni, your podcast sucks. Okay, whatever. I don't believe it does. But a part of me, when I first started, the lack of faith I had in myself or what I believed in myself, it was weird. Like the confident, okay, my phone just went off. I am so sorry because I'm talking and my phone just started to like vibrate and I have lost my complete train of friggin' thought. So I am so sorry I don't even know where I was going, but I am going to continue and just say to the people that are the judgy bitches, remember that you don't look good by putting other people down. It kind of makes you look pretty stupid. So whenever I was around that mean lady, she would always insult me. She had a 4th of July party. I didn't want to go. That's when I was in my people-pleasing era. My kids were at camp, so we were able to go out and not worry about the time. And we didn't get the memo that to dress like July 4th. We were going to go to Hard Rock after. And I walk in front of everybody. She's like, those are the shoes you're wearing? And I remember wanting to say to my husband, we're out of here. But I didn't. My husband would not have left. He would have said, just come on, get over it. That's who she is. He would always just make excuses and say, well, she's just a bitch. She's just a bitch. Now, we can understand why people are bitches. That's great. You have trauma, you have healing to do, but I'm not going to be around your bitchiness. You're not going to spew it my way. So I've learned to say that's great that she's in your world. You're part of your family, friend you've had in your life forever, but it's not mine. I'm not going to be around bitchiness anymore. I'm not going to tolerate it. So I've learned too, part of my self-love and learning, we don't allow people to treat us bad. We tolerate it. So people can only treat you what you allow. You can either say, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize there was a dress code, or goodbye, or go fuck yourself. So you don't have to tolerate anyone's nastiness just because somebody says they're traumatized, they had a bad childhood. Being traumatized, you can understand, okay, but it doesn't excuse it. Go heal yourself. Go heal yourself. Go heal yourself. And the last thing I'm going to leave it on, with friends, a false friend is worse than an enemy, because the people that are around you just to make you feel bad. Have you ever had those people who constantly contradict you? And if you say day, they say night. The sky, you could say is green with yellow polka dots, and they would tell you like any kind of contrary kind of anything. And, oh, that must be nice. You got a raise. Oh, good for you. Those backhanded comments, those passive aggressiveness, those people are not your friends. So be very mindful who you surround yourself with. And one badass bestie is better than 10 bitches who will talk about you in your group chats when you're not there. So put yourself around peace, guys, and you will it's instinctive that you will only gravitate peaceful things if you put yourself in peaceful situations and remove yourself from anything that feels toxic. You don't have to stay anywhere that's not bringing you peace or profit. So I hope everyone's having a great Monday. It's summer. Stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water, because when we're not hydrated, we get even crankier, and it's already 105 degrees outside. So stay hydrated. And if you want, guys, check me out on fabulouslyflawed.com, and you can fill out a request to possibly talk to me for 10 minutes if you want me to be your empowerment coach. If you have group settings, I did a girls' night out, and they had me come in and do like an inspirational talk. It was like sorority, but like 10 years later, and it was super cool. And remember to never, ever, ever let anyone burst your bubble. And never, ever, 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 ever let anyone dull your sparkle. Have a fantastic day, a marvelous Monday, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Fabulously Flawed. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, we're so glad you're here, and we hope you'll come back Monday through Friday for another serving of empowerment, motivation, and inspiration. We'll catch you next time on Fabulously Flawed.